Hi, welcome to the video on greatest common factor. Today we are going to talk a little bit about what greatest common factor is, how you find it, and then we'll try a few practice problems together. So, greatest common factor. What this is you take two numbers, sometimes more, you find their factors, and then you find the ones they have in common, and then you identify of those common factors which is the greatest. Remember that factors are numbers that you can multiply together to get another number. So this is a very traditional way of finding greatest common factor. It's not the only method of finding greatest common factor, but it's a tried and true method and one that you should be able to do even if you know another way. This finding the greatest common factor will come in really handy when we're working with fractions later on in the year. So as we are finding the greatest common factor in this video, we're going to follow these three steps. Is to take our numbers, list all the factors of both numbers, don't skip any. Second step is to find all the factors that those two numbers have in common, and then we will identify the greatest of those common factors, and that will be our GCF, greatest common factor. So let's try a problem together. There we go. Okay. So let's take the numbers 16 and 24, and we want to find their GCF. Okay, so first step is to list all the factors of both numbers. So I have 16. So I know that the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. I can double check. 1 times 16 equals 16, 2 times 8 equals 16, and 4 times 4 equals 16. Then I will find the factors of 24. Those factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then 8, 12, and 24. Let's double check. 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. I have them all. So now we're going to go through the list and pick out which ones are common. So I see that both numbers have the number 1 in common. Both numbers have 2 in common as factors. Both numbers have 4 in common as factors. Both numbers have 8 in common as factors, and it looks like they share no other common factors. So final step is to say, well, out of these factors they have in common, 1, 2, 4, and 8, which is the greatest? Well, it's 8. So that means that 8 is the GCF of 16 and 24. Very exciting. All right, you ready to try another one? Let's try another one. Okay, so let's switch colors up here. Okay, let's try the numbers 30 and 20. So I'll write the numbers here. And we're going to find again the GCF of those two numbers. So we will find the factors of 30, and those are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. You could have also started with 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6. However, you can make sure you're finding all the factors of a number. It's really important because if you skip some factors and that happens to be the GCF, you're out of luck and you might not find the correct greatest common factor. So let's go through and find the factors of 20 and be careful to remember them all. I'll show you another method. I'll find factor pairs 1 and 20, make 20. 2 times 10, create 20, and 4 times 5. create factors of 20. All right, so now we're going to go through, find the factors they have in common. So 30 and 20 share the number 1 as a factor. They share the number 2 as a factor. They share the number 5 as a factor. They share the number 10 as a factor. And looking through the lists, I don't see any other number they both share, so that means that 10 must be the GCF. 10 is GCF of these two numbers. Pretty cool. All right. Now let's try one problem on your own. I'll give you the numbers, pause the video, try it on your own, and then check your work to see if you got the same thing I did. So here are your two numbers. Try out 18 and 27. Go through these steps to find the GCF. Pause the video now to try it on your own. All right, so let's check your work to finding the GCF of 18 and 27. So hopefully these are the factors you found of each number. The factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Factors of 27 are 1, 3, 9, and 27. Okay, let's find out what they have in common. They've got 1 in common, they've got 3 in common, and they've got 9 in common. Looks like nothing else. So out of 1, 3, and 9 in common, 9 is the greatest. So 9 is the GCF, or greatest common factor, of 18 and 27. Pat yourself on the back if you got that one correct. You can now find the GCF of two numbers. Congrats! See ya!